2. Hey guys, it's Betsy here. I'm at the St. Mary's Huskies Stadium. I'm here with Coach Trevor Reddick. Coach, thanks for joining me today.
No problem.
Coach, listen, you guys had a good battle today. You come out 1-0 with St. Mary's. Now next week you have your playoff at Acadia. Obviously your expectations are to win the title. What are your thoughts on next weekend? What do you got to do to get through that first game and get into the finals?
Well, we got to play the quarterfinal first.
Absolutely, yeah.
The semifinal, then into the final. Well, we have to, we got to make sure that we're playing our game. Our game is a possession style game. Make sure that we are winning the majority of the possession. If we have the ball longer, obviously than the other team, it's going to be to our advantage to score more goals. You got to have the ball in order to score. That's our first thing. We want to make sure that we dominate that possession. Secondly, we got to take our opportunities when they come. We had some opportunities today where I thought where we could have shot the ball and we didn't. We kind of cut it back, or we looked for another option to pass. We had some opportunities. When we get those opportunities, we got to take them. Besides that, we got to make sure that our work rate is high, and it's been excellent over the last couple of games. So yeah, we've got to make sure that we keep that work rate, keep that intensity high, close teams down really quick when we lose possession of the ball, and just make sure we're working.
Absolutely. Now, and you obviously do a lot of the recruiting. We were talking earlier about your recruiting process. You're one of the coaches in the AUS that goes outside of the region, and you do a lot of recruiting in Ontario.
Yeah.
How was your recruiting this year? And are those girls that you went out and got, are they in the starting lineup this year? How's that going for you?
Well, yeah, I mean, we recruit, say, from Ontario. We, like you said, we do have a lot of kids from Ontario. I mean, they've got, it is a big province, so the talent pool there is big. We also get lots of kids from out west, from Calgary. We've had a really good Calgary contingent over the last few years. But we've got kids right across the country. We got a kid from the Northwest Territories this year. That's Sarah Cannell, and she's been a great find. Manitoba. So I think Victoria Penner is one. I think she's the first player we've ever had from Manitoba.
Yep.
And she's been great. Both of those players played Canada games. So I've seen them play. The last Canada game in the summer in PEI. Yeah, so I mean, you gotta get out and see what's out there. Nova Scotia has a lot of talented soccer players for sure, especially on the female side. They're really good players have an opportunity to go to the best teams in Canada and in the States. So it's not that we're not looking in Nova Scotia. I'm not looking in Nova Scotia. I'm definitely looking at players in Nova Scotia. It's just that they're a hot commodity, and it's hard, and it's such a small pool. The really good ones get scooped up fast, and it's you got to get out there and make those network connections with other coaches across the country. That just helps you when you're trying to find players. A lot of times, it's not necessarily going out there looking. I get a call from a coach, says, hey, I got a player out here, come out and see her, and that's or fly her in, whatever it might be.
Mm-hmm.
So you get around, you get around the country and start making these networks. It goes a long way towards your recruiting.
Absolutely. And your recruiting obviously leads into the style of play that you want to put out, and the product that you want to put out on the field.
Yeah.
And mostly in the AUS, right from hockey to volleyball to soccer, you've got a pretty wide range of years to get to where you want to be.
Yeah.
On what your team is. How do you feel, or where do you think your team is right now on your maybe your 2 or 3 year plan?
Well, we won last year. We had a very good team last year. We started off really strong, and we had a little bit of a lull, but that's natural. And then we came back and finished really strong. I think at this point in the season, given the fact that we have 11 new players almost, it's almost half our team. I think we finished 4th, and just like we did last year. I'm quite happy with what we can do. And we lose 3 players next year. So technically this has been a rebuilding year for us. So we can add a couple next year, really, quality players. and continue to perform with the new player, with the young players that we have, we're going to be in really good shape.
Absolutely. It sounds like you've done a good job recruiting. You did a good job today. You guys came out with a victory. I'm talking with Coach Reddick from StFx, the women's X-Men. Thank you very much, Coach. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Excellent. And we see some heated action going out there with StFx and St. Mary's men.